Hi again, this is Kristen Sonneborn. I'm back with information on how to score and put wires onto your bassoon blank. Right now I have a piece of profiled cane, shaped and profiled cane, and I'm going to mark the end at 2 5/16 inches. Again, you can use millimeters. This measurement works for me. I'm going to use an end nippers, which is for wood only, and I'm going to cut right at that line I made as straight as possible. Again, you can use a knife, a reed knife if you prefer. I'm going to use that as my guide and cut the other side to match. So now I have the bottom of the reed. You can see it's not a round hole big enough for the vocal yet. We'll get to that later. So I'm going to gently unfold the reed. It's still wet. Don't do this when it's dry. I'm going to score the reed. I like to start about a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch under the shoulder or the collar. Some people call it the collar. I made a tiny little scratch mark there with my X-Acto knife, and I'm going to begin towards the edge, and holding it like a pencil, I'm going to drag the knife onto my cutting board. And again, if you can manage straight lines, that would be awesome. It doesn't need to go all the way through the cane, so you're just basically setting the tip of that X-Acto knife into the bark and dragging it like a pencil down onto the plastic. That's why I like a cutting board, because I'm not going to injure my table, my reed desk. Okay, flipping it over again, marking just roughly. You can measure this out if you prefer. Just put a little scratch line on there so that I don't intersect with this thin part. I'm keeping my hand, as you recall, on the top of the reed. I'm sort of pinning it down and just steadying it with my thumb, taking my writing hand, putting probably 7 lines in. You can put more. If you're having trouble with reeds cracking into the blade up, like these lines follow the crack up to the tip, you would probably leave out the center score here, but it's, for me, it's not a problem. I'm not, again, not cutting into the inner part of the gouge part of the reed. Okay, so now we have scored the reed. I'm going to put on one temporary wire right about where that first scratch line was made to move my scoring. It's roughly 1 inch to that point. And if you want to be extra sure and consistent, which I agree with, you can see it's pretty much 1 inch exactly. Okay.